I showed you how to get started recording music from home. I showed you the process that I do every time I record a cover and or start songwriting. And so now we actually start breaking down some of the songs that I've done on the channel. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, I hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day is going well and hope it continues to go well. Welcome back to episode 3 of JLAndersonStudios. This little series that I started a while back, just talking about audio production, talking about recording music, songwriting, talking about music in general. And again, episode 1 taught you how to record music from home. Episode 2, I showed you my process. Now in episode 3 and going forward, we're going to start breaking down a couple of songs I've done on the channel. We're actually going to start off with a really simple one today, which is my cover of Addict with a Pen that I released on YouTube at the very beginning of the year, but on Twitter a couple of weeks before. So, a little bit of a backstory. 21 Pilots' first album, self-titled, came out on, I believe, December 29th. That day is definite, but I believe it was 2009 that album came out. December 29th of 2009. So the anniversary was coming up in the very end of 2021, and I didn't realize the anniversary was coming up until the day before. So roughly around 7:30 on December 28th, I started recording this cover. This cover was made in less than 24 hours because I released it onto the Twitter machine roughly at 1:30 p.m. the very next day. So really rushed, but it was definitely a fun and interesting experience getting this cover done within that time frame. And as we go forward, I'm going to tell you the process on how I did this. But huge shout out to YouTuber Right P. I really couldn't have done this at all without Right, because Right P makes these amazing recreation videos and makes the such a good musician. I'll link Right P's channel in the description box below, because really amazing person, amazing ear musician overall. But Right P makes these amazing videos too, specifically with self-titled Regional at Best, where they show you how to get these sounds within Logic Pro X, and that really helped this cover immensely. If I do any more covers from self-titled or Regional at Best, I'm gonna reference his videos a lot. So let's go ahead and make Me Small and Logic Big, and here we are. So as you can see, only 10 tracks here. It is very small compared to any other cover that I've done. You see that we have 3 audio lines, which 2 of those are vocals, one's an echo. I'll talk about those later. Basically, we have 2 pianos, a bass, we have 2 synth, and then 2 drums at the bottom, the SoCal, and then the orchestra kits. Where I want to start is this pure synth elements pack, which a lot of people, I got a lot of things saying, did you sample the original song? To which the answer is no. The reason why people asked is because that is the synth used in Addict with a Pen. Again, huge shout out to Ray P, because I didn't know this was in Logic. And a lot of people don't realize, because in Logic, if you go into it, there should be a thing, you can have this thing at the very bottom called Legacy. Basically, anytime Logic updates and it decides, hey, we don't want this anymore, it'll get thrown into the Legacy section of there. So it has things from Logic, GarageBand, then these jam pack things. There is so much here, and inside these are sounds that are used on self-titled, on Regional at Best. And if you don't have this in Logic already, go up to the very top, select Logic, go to Sound Library, open Sound Library Manager, then at the very bottom you want to hit Legacy and Compatibility, then go ahead and hit Install. I've already installed it on my computer, so which is why we have everything that's here. But if you want this sound, definitely go for it. There is some really fun stuff in here. There we are, that's the one I was looking for, W. The air begins to feel a little thin. So basically, if I ever wanted to cover Car Torture Death, I am settled. Or if you want to cover Car Torture Death, you can just use that button. And then also, Right P definitely helped with the drums also, which is in the SoCal set. Most people will recognize this as the SoCal drums from Logic, from GarageBand, but actually these are, if I can open up the right thing here, these are actually Easy Drummer. It's actually the Easy Drummer program in here. These were the drums that I used for this cover. So, and then again, huge shout to Right P because even Right P shows you the rhythms of all this stuff, which is definitely really helpful. And I added a couple of things to the Easy Drummer the mixing, the desk. This channel strip, that's the word I was looking for. I'm really tired. So I added this compressor on, the CLA Classic compressor from Waves. I love Waves products, as you'll soon find out. But I just added this and added the Room compressor onto it using the Blackie instead of the Bluey. I also added the Infinite EQ, which is from Slate Audio. And I just have the mix rock bus right on it, modified slightly to give me what I want. And also the luxurious plates reverb, just to get that nice reverb sound. So if I turn all of these off and you hear the drums dry, you lose a lot there. So if we add the compressor back in, sounds pretty good. I definitely like it. Then the only time I use this orchestra kit is, just this one time in the song, because I just wanted a swelled cymbal. To which when I throw this in, it gave me an EQ and a tape delay. So just used to get me into that little section a bit, combine it with just a couple of hits in there for the drums, and that's how we got that sound. The synth that goes throughout the whole entire thing is this voice space synth, which is also found in the Legacy section. I thought it'd be pretty fun to use all Legacy stuff in there. And I just love the synth just because of the way it sounds, but also it kind of sounds outdoor in the woodsy, if that makes sense. Like, you can almost hear birds in there, like a jungle. It's weirdly described, I know, but I love it so much. And you see that it gives you an EQ, ensemble, and space delay. All these were things already built into this preset in Logic. Definitely love. So then, going down to the last two things that were actually synths built into Logic are the two pianos. The Yamaha room piano at the top, and then the one at the very bottom here. One doing the right hand, one doing the left hand. This is the sound used on Addict with a pen. I played all this on my Arturia Keylab, which is right behind me right here. Don't know if you can see it, but I played everything on here. And because I'm a guitar and bass player, not really a piano player, I play the two parts separately. I did the right hand first, and then the left hand second, which is why they're in two separate files. And there was some quantization done on them, because like I said, I'm a guitar player and a bass player. I'm not a piano player. I'm mitten hands in terms of this stuff. I can do single note lines. I can hold out chords. Other than that, I can't put both together. So they are in these separate files together. It goes throughout the whole entirety of the song, just repeated lines, since the piano line does repeat a lot. So now we go up to the actual stuff I recorded myself with my mouth, with my hands. We're going to start off with the bass first. So goes throughout the whole entire song. Well, starting from there. Try to make up a simple bass line, and I actually recorded this on my fretless bass right here, which I don't know why I was in the mood for a fretless bass sound when I recorded this, but it worked. That's what I wanted. The amp that I used was actually an amp built into Logic. I used the tight acoustic bass in the Legacy section in the Garage Band section, which came with a couple of things. Came with a compressor, a fuzz wah, which is weird, but sure. If I turn that off, doesn't make that much of a difference, just very subtle. Like I said, it came on, and it also came with this compressor that's on there. And that's the bass. It goes, like I said, goes throughout most of the song. Eventually it does stop and pick back up when we go into the breakdown later on this song. Which, if you don't know this, if you haven't listened to the song already, it's not a genuine recreation of the song. I was kind of doing my own take on it. There's a little twist. So it's not exactly 100% original. It has my own little spin on it. Because if I had more time, I would try to make it more original to the recording sounding, but less than 24 hours, what you gonna do? So now we get to the vocals. Really fun. Fun fact, the vocal takes were recorded at 2 a.m. in the morning, in roughly 10 o'clock, 9:30 in the morning, which the 2 a.m. part was the singing. The 9:30 was the rap section in the middle. So fun. Let's talk about it. Hello, we haven't talked in quite some time. Try my best to be quiet at 2 a.m. in the morning before I got the vocal shield that's right above me. Was a fun thing to do. So it was just really quiet singing, and I wish I could have recorded it in the morning again, but no, I just went for it at 2 a.m. and I decided, you know what, these don't sound too bad, I'll keep it. To which I don't like these vocals now that I'm hearing them again, but I decided to roll with it, roll with the punches. The one down here isn't a different take. It's not a double. It's actually the same vocal line, but echoed. Giving that delay effect that is you hear on the recording, which I love doing that. I did that for the Never Take It cover too. I think I did for the Fake You Out, but I love putting the whole vocal line and making it a wet reverb mess in another one. So put both together. Hello, we haven't talked in quite some time. No. And if we go into the actual mix here on the channel strip, I'll start up here with the actual vocal take of the singing one. So a couple of things that are on here. Yes, there is pitch correction on there. Everyone uses pitch correction for the past 20 years. Even your favorite artist, even though they won't tell you, there's some form of pitch correction on there, even if it's just a little bit. This pitch correction software is just very, very subtle. It's just the one built into Logic. Has very slow speed built into it, so it doesn't sound like too robot-like, especially if you turn it to 100%. Haven't been the best. We're not T-Paining it here. So it's roughly down in the very high 300s. I believe it's like 391 or something like that when we got in here. So very, very subtle. And this is before I discovered the whole flex pitch thing. So it just used that. We have the Infinite EQ once again. This is on the Pop Vocal Male Legendary thing. The setting is like this. I love this EQ so much. Then we have a plugin I didn't use. Then we use the C4, again, Waves Audio Multiband Compressor with the Prosendo Vocal preset. If you don't know what you're doing, just click on presets until they sound good. That's what I do. And then we have this de-esser right here by, I don't know how to pronounce this, Iosis, we'll say that, Iosis Audio, and I just hit male singing smooth split, which is what gives us the sound in here. As far as the reverb channel, a lot more is going on in here. Pitch correction is on there. Again, we have the SSL EQ with a lead vocal line. I don't know why that's there, but we have, again, we have a C4 using the Aussie vocal chain. We have a de-esser on here. We have, and this is the Logic de-esser. Then we have the CLA Echo Sphere, the main star of this whole channel. 100% wet using the vocal depth send. I forget who this is by. Greg Wells, my guy. The guy who mixed and produced Vessel. Love Greg Wells. So, did that. You see the slap, you see the plate. Mix all the way up, which gives us that sound. Then we have this directional mixer, which is just to give it that whole spacious sound along with the Echo Sphere. Now we get into the final part, which is your rap vocal line.
Try desperately to run through the sand as I hold the water in the palm of my hand.
Many takes were done with this. I don't know how many. That's a lie. There was not 3 takes there. There were many, many more there. I guess I just deleted the whole file and got it away. But there is 2 separate takes that are built in. A couple of chop lines in there. The way I recorded this, very dumb, but I had it on Spotify, just in my ears. Then I sung it into the microphone, then lined it up the best that I could, which honestly turned out pretty well. It did the same thing for Fake You Out, and it's actually a dumbly weird good way to cover the rap vocals in songs. Such a dumb method, but you know what? It works. So, with this, you see in the channel strip, there are 3 plugins that I tried but didn't use. I settled on a couple of things, such as the SSL EQ based on Solid State Logic's EQ. And again, by Waves. Love Waves. Not endorsing me at all. This is just stuff that I definitely use. I have this, which is one of the Slate Audio plugins that you get with the subscription. And this is like a compressor. I've only used this for this cover, I think. I generally don't know how this works. But apparently I used the vocal, went to the clarity, and then just mixed and matched stuff from there. The Waves vocal rider, yes, of course. Just to keep everything within one balance. Then I have, once again, the Iosis de-esser on the same setting we use for the singing vocal. Then finally the CLA Echo Sphere. This one is on a 46% dry wet signal. If you don't know what dry wet means, dry is the vocal, is whatever you're recording clean. It doesn't have the effect on there at all. Wet is your effect. If you have it 100% wet, it's only the effect. So the one is 100% reverb. There's nothing of the original there. With this, it's a blend knob. We'll put it like that. It's a blend knob. And I have the vocal 2 on there. So that is everything individually. But now, if we go into the actual mix buses down here, you'll see that we have some aux down here that I set up for a couple of things. So the aux 6... is just every piece of instrument. Every instrument. I don't know why I was losing the word instrument there. But it's every instrument. I just put a couple of things on there. I put the F6 EQ by Waves in there on the mix tighter setting. I also have the C4 compressor in there with this Russo Night Watchman stereo bus. And then a couple of other things here. I have a double mix one for the piano, which includes so both piano, the bass notes and the actual plunky notes, the melody is in this channel strip. This bus then will get sent to the master instrument bus. So we have the EQ right there. I just use the instruments piano acoustic at the very bottom of the infinite EQ. I put the CLA 76 compressor again on the Blackie using the piano setting. Then finally the luxurious plates reverb, also using the studio upright, slightly modified with my own settings here. Then we have some vocal, which I guess is both of the sing vocals together, both the echo and both is the singing one. And then that is just using the butch vague vocals using the BV Air 1. Then one more for the rap bus using the lead vocal Focus 3. Then finally we have the whole master bus together, to which again Greg Wells using the GW Mix Fairy Dust from GW Mix Centric. If you need get one knob thing from Greg Wells, this is it, because it's genuinely so amazing. I use it all the time. Every single cover you'll see me do, I am using that. That is my entirety of my Addict with a Pen cover, broken down on how I record it in less than 24 hours. Really, I guess we'll say it was like not 24. It was definitely a 15-hour project. 15-hour project. We'll go like that. But anyway, guys, that was the breakdown. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know what other song on the channel that you would like me to break down already. Maybe we can do a write a song in 60-minute challenge sort of thing. Or talk about whatever aspect. But you're getting another one of these at the end of the month. Saturdays are my random music guitar content. So, fun things. Oh, I should also mention one other thing in here really quick that really does make this mix. And I just forgot about this because I noticed we were running low on noise. In the aux 6, which is the master instrumental bus, I have one thing turned off, well, two things turned off, but the thing down here, the lo-fi space is off. This is Wave's plugin and is a reverb, but lo-fi. And the reason why I turned it off is only because it makes so much noise over time. I love this lo-fi clean setting from DJ Daryl. I use it all the time anytime I do use this plugin, which I've used this plugin a lot. The downside using the lo-fi plugins from Waves is that it just generates so much noise that I have to turn everything off in there. Some automation things, just volume-wise, what I've done there, but really, that is it. Nothing's panned a certain way. Everything is just volume control. Anyway, guys, now that's it. I'll see you guys on Monday with a 21 Pilot video. I'll see you guys next Saturday with a random guitar thing, maybe guitar lesson. I have some strings to review. I have another pedal to review from Legato. So I'll see you guys then. Anyway, I'm gonna wake up super early and do some jazz music. Woo! Goodbye and good night. More importantly, have a good day. And I'll see you later.